Hello, everyone. Welcome. What is this, guys? Episode 7. Welcome to Pure Power.
I think so.
It's episode blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Episode we talking about stuff.
Episode 7. We're talking about stuff.
So yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of Pure Power Hour. Yeah. Of course. But so today it's going to be just a simple one. We're going to start with an intro. We're going to lead into, which is what you're listening to right now. Then we're going to lead into some stuff we're reading and watching right now. And then just a little segment, and then after that we're going to move on to all the new books coming out, which is probably the reason you're here. But yeah, so let's just get it started. What have you guys been reading, been watching anything lately?
So on my end, after the announcement of My Hero Academia ending,
I didn't even know that.
yeah, so no, it's like it's over, but yeah, no, so...
Are there going to be more chapters? Is that, like, that's it?
It's over,
no,
man.
but I mean, like,
it's
I know
over,
they've been,
man.
like, I know it's been going to end, but like, did he? Like,
No, it's like
the last chapter was the last. Chapter.
Yeah, last chapter is last chapter, but yeah, no.
Game
so,
over, man.
But yeah, that's not what I've been reading. I'm so behind on that. But like after that announcement happened, another old anime series, like inspired by Western comic books, kind of resurfaced. People are talking about Tiger and Bunny. If you guys don't know what Tiger and Bunny is, it's a kind of love letter to Western comic books by some folks from Japan, Sunrise Studio. General premise is in the 50s, all of a sudden there's people with superpowers, and general public is panicked, but a TV studio decides to start filming them to basically change people's perspective on it, and it forms into what's called Hero TV. I don't know, people would be like, that's stupid, but they add in product placement, and that's actually a general vibe of it. It's a general theme of, can you be a hero without money? And just the struggles of being a hero, and also being in this corporate landscape of wanting to do good, but also appeasing, a company. It's really great.
Hell yeah. What about you, Nate? What have you been reading?
Well, I've been rereading Daniel Warren Johnson's Beta Ray Bill miniseries.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I was just like, I need something fun, because I've been doing a bunch of X-Men stuff, and I just needed something short and sweet to kind of bridge, because I'm gonna eventually get to New X-Men, the Grant Morrison one,
Mm-hmm.
but I need a little break from that, and it's awesome. It's great.
4 issues?
It's 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been awesome. That was my first Daniel Warren Johnson book that I read, and
Me too.
it's freaking sweet. And then I just finally got around to finishing Delicious in Dungeon, the anime. It took me a little bit, just because I was trying to finish up One Piece too, but
that's never ending.
Well, I got caught up to it.
Just when you get caught up, they make more.
Yeah, we were talking before this happened, and young Nate was just like, I caught up to it. I'm like, that's honestly kind of a little bit of a curse, because if somebody throws a season at you or new series, they will throw you managed to catch up with One Piece. You have no excuse on
I have no excuse. But I finished that, and so
Delicious was good.
Yeah, it was great.
Really
I love Studio Trigger. Yeah.
What about you, Funky?
Funky?
I was rereading Little Monsters.
Hey,
nice. Yeah.
I ordered the hardcover,
Is that
the
Lemire
deluxe
and
edition.
Yep.
That's the Lemire and
I love you, Dustin.
Nguyen. Yeah, shout out Dustin Nguyen.
Shout out Dustin.
Yeah. I randomly
Shout out Dustin with love.
Let's go, Dustin.
I caught him at the end of his signing at San Diego, and they hooked it up with they're like, oh, we don't have any more hardcovers, but we got the slipcase for the special edition. I was like, sure.
I'll take it.
Tight, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like, just make sure you buy a hardcover. I was like, oh yeah.
It's like I work at a comic book store or something.
Yeah. So I'm probably halfway through right now. Take a little break, and stuff been watching. I'm staying up to date on new Futurama because I'm a stan.
Yep.
As am I.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm watching it. What's it called? Only Murders.
Oh.
On the Building. I generally like that show a lot. Also,
it's
shout out
really
to Selena
good.
Gomez. She's a billionaire now.
I saw that. Yeah.
Pay her fair share.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Martin too.
Yeah, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin and Martin Short. I always mix up Martin Short. You know, I gotta remember he's short, and then like, oh, that's right.
Yeah. Didn't they draw the Riddler in the new '89 comic like Martin Short? Like, wasn't it? Like
yeah.
That's so funny. I've been reading too much.
Oh. Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. What have I been reading?
I'll segue into something else after.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I've been reading. I'll just some of my favorite things I've been reading. Ultimates has been really good. I've been reading that. All the Ultimates stuff has been great. Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Black Panther.
In a trade now.
Yep,
yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man's in a trade.
Yeah, in a trade.
Well, it's technical. It'll be out. It'll be out by the time this comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then what else? Ultimate stuff. I've been just. You know what?
Did you read that new Plastic Man already?
I have it in my pull. I'm usually
I read it. It's good.
I'm usually like 2 weeks behind on my pull. Like usually it's like if a book comes in, I'll probably read it in like 2 weeks because that's usually like how behind I am. I'm reading all the new X-Men stuff. That's been X Factor. I read X Factor 1. That was really good.
Yeah, I told you, like the
ending was great.
It's like
at this point, it isn't really much of a spoiler. They're pretty much making X Factor like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's very much
like
Suicide
it's really
Squad.
cool.
Yeah.
Did you read X Factor number 1? They all fucking die at the end.
Yeah,
not all. Like there's the main team that they've been promoting, but there's a first team that's in the beginning of the issue with like not Angel. It's like
Havoc.
Havoc.
Yeah.
No. The first team is Angel, and the other second team that they do, Havoc is leading it. But the team that Angel is leading, that has I think like Fire Fist, who's the kid in Deadpool 2.
He was gonna die.
Yeah, he's in it. I think Wolfsbane.
She was gonna die.
Some other guy named Cameo, who's like a shapeshifter.
I think Cameo.
He sounded like he was meant to die.
Yeah, it was like his first appearance and then died.
Yeah, and it's like at the end, it's like a giant building collapses and like literally like all of them die except for Angel. And then they're like, but here's the beautiful thing that we realized about marketing X Factor. It doesn't matter who's on the team. It just matters what the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
And they just like bring out a new team. And
it's literally like
it seems like they don't give a fuck about any of the members. They're just purely focused on how the general public is viewing them.
So we're totally gonna get that Suicide Squad cover with this probably.
There was a really funny moment.
Somebody on this cover is gonna die.
Yeah, there was a really funny moment where I think they're walking down like a red carpet or something, and I think like no one knows who like any of them are, so they're like, it's Wolfsbane, and they're like, who the fuck?
And they literally start booing her.
Yeah, and then the shapeshifter he comes out as Beast, and everyone's like, Beast, I love you, Beast, and then he shapeshifts into his normal form, and everyone's like,
who the fuck is that?
What?
But and then I've just been watching a bunch more movies recently. One thing I will say, last night I just watched fucking Flash Gordon for the first time.
Beautiful.
And if anybody listening to this has not seen 1980s Flash Gordon, fucking watch it, please. It is so campy and funny and just over the top. And
you gotta watch The Black Hole, dude.
Fuck, I do. That's on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
That one's if you fucked with Flash Gordon, it's very similar to Flash Gordon, but in the vibes, but more like dark and sci-fi.
Dark, mysterious, and sci-fi.
Yes.
Dark, mysterious.
The dude from Psycho's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah. Okay.
He's one of the main dudes.
Okay, that's good. Anthony Perkins.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's time to move on to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're talking books.
Talking books. We'll go through some of these aren't going to be super quick. We're going to just name a couple things about them and just kind of let you know. Like for example, we're going to start off with some indie books right now, guys. And this is we're going to go. So it's going to go indie, Marvel, DC, and each section we're going to go from the newest book to release to like last book to release. First book. We got Ducktales #1, guys. Releasing November 6th. It's pretty much.
There's not a lot to say about it.
Not a lot to say.
It's DuckTales.
It's DuckTales.
Are you a Disney person? You probably want to pick it up.
Yeah, Scrooge and his nephews are back.
I'm very curious.
That show is really good.
Yeah,
the new one.
Isn't Ewan McGregor voice? Not Ewan McGregor.
No, it's David Tennant.
Yeah.
So they actually allowed him to like loosen the belt a bit. He is Scottish, so they allowed him to do a Scottish accent.
Scottish Scrooge.
But yeah, it's like it's gonna be very hard to follow up like the reboot animated series.
Yeah.
Mostly because it was a love letter to the Disney afternoons.
I think that is probably their intention.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll do it, but it's their intention just because, like, my little brother loves DuckTales randomly.
DuckTales is
it's great.
Like, yeah, and I've talked to other, like, parents and kids here that they're like, oh, yeah, watching that. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
crazy.
I think at this point it's strike while the iron's hot. It's still, I mean, even though like the animated series ended, like
Yeah.
They're still popular.
Well, it's like there's people that like you binge it, you watch it a couple times or something, and then you find out
Like
there's stories. I'll read the stories.
Oh god, yeah, that animated series, they really pulled a lot. Like I am blanking out on like that actor's name, voice Spawn in the 90s animated
Keith
series.
David.
Yeah, Keith David.
Yeah.
Keith David. No, so like in the animated series, they brought in Keith David to voice a gargoyle-esque character, and he was Goliath in Gargoyles.
He's everywhere.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
he's the president in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, like, it's Keith has just been doing a great job. Like I love his voice, and it's great hearing him show up in random places. He was in a Final Fantasy fighting game as like the main villain.
I grew up with a really random horror movie called Tales from the Hood.
I fucking love Tales from the Hood. I love that movie. It's so cheesy. It's so good.
And like I feel like if they were to bring it back, he'd be a good Crip guy.
He was. Yeah. I think they made a third one recently.
They did, and he was. That's right.
In it.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I had a little deja vu, and that's what it was.
Such a good poster.
It's
that's great.
It's an anthology horror movie. It's like 3 different stories, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
technically 4.
Oh, because there's the one at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like the dude who dies and comes back to life, right?
Dude, spoiler.
Well, my favorite is the little kid that like he can like draw stuff and it's basically like a voodoo thing.
That one.
Because he's like grows up with like an abusive stepdad.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that movie.
And then there's the one with like the little doll that comes to life.
That one, yeah. And like, isn't it like in a fucking old like plantation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I forgot what the third one was. Whatever.
Yeah, but a good movie. Check it out if you haven't seen Tales from the Hood. The monthly podcast movie recommendation. Watch Tales from the Hood. But already, next book when we talk. Oh, and also Ducktales is going to be releasing November 6th.
Yep.
Next book releasing November 13th is Power Rangers Prime.
Yeah,
number 1.
So originally, when I saw the covers for it, I was just kind of like, you know what? As the Power Rangers guy, I'm like, I mean, they're going back to the Mighty Morphin era, and it's like, that's fine. And I found out they're bringing in other eras, because then they dropped the Red Samurai Ranger, and the costume for that was dope. It was like a weird mesh of the Sengoku-esque outfit with the helmet and stuff. So it seems like
they said so it's still in the same town.
Yeah.
New.
It's like in a university or something like that.
Yeah, so Angel Grove.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way they're describing it, they're comparing it to the Ultimates. They're saying in Venom Marvel's new Ultimate stuff, it's like a new team, a new mentor, new threats. It's like a whole new thing for people who reading it for a while.
Which makes sense because
people want to jump in.
It feels weird them rehashing the same storylines with the same.
And that's been a major complaint with the fans, where it's always the Mighty Morphin era. It is always
And now something.
Yeah.
Something.
And then R.I.P. to Tommy.
Yeah. And Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And the Yellow Ranger too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm blanking on
her name. She died in the 2000s or 90s, right?
It was late 90s, and that's kind of. It's a weird.
So it's weird to see them in the stories, but
they're fucking dead.
Yeah, it's very God. I mean, behind the scenes stuff, like Super Sentai Power Rangers fans, they call it the Yellow Curse, because the first Japanese actor who passed away, who in the Super Sentai one was
the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah, was the first Yellow Ranger.
Oh shit, the first American Yellow Ranger. That's fucking
weird.
Yeah,
first it's a weird some weird urban legend and stuff with the community. Damn. But it's
so it's the equivalent of playing a red coat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. a red shirt.
Superman.
Yeah, a red shirt in Star Trek.
But going on to lighter matter, it very much seems almost like an anniversary-esque one, where they're bringing in different Rangers from different eras, and that's the team up and stuff.
And Dan Mora is doing the A cover for number 1.
Dan, God bless Dan Mora.
So if you're a Power Ranger person, you should pre-order that.
Oh yeah, and that's coming out November 13th. Yeah. Next one is, I'm going to go by pretty quick. It's just, I saw this and I thought it sounded fucking awesome. So there's I think 4 new books coming out under this thing called Horizon Experiment, which
it's like an anthology.
Yeah, but like, it's weird because it's like 4 new stories from 4 new artists that like they aren't connected, but like they're all under this like same branch. It's like an anthology thing, I guess, but it's not like one. It's like 4 different series all under one branch. It's weird, but this one is called Moondogs, and it's about East African werewolves secretly living in Miami.
That sounds great.
Okay, sick. I'm in. Like that sounds rad.
Yeah, that is some like
so
what
random.
we do in the shadows.
No, literally, yeah. And it's like there's like some stuff's gonna happen. It's like some secrets that could come out that could lead to like a culture war between humans and werewolves and stuff. Like it sounds really wild. But yeah, that's gonna be releasing November 20th. But keep a lookout for that one because I feel like that one's gonna be kind of like a sleeper hit. That sounds like it's gonna be really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Then next one, I think I haven't read this myself.
Oh yes.
But Ultra Mega number 7
The
releasing
Return.
November 20th as well. Young Nate, you wanna?
Guys, if you haven't read Ultra Mega, I don't think that you are truly exploring what the comics medium can do because the first time that I read Ultra Mega by James Herron, it was kind of like a light switch that got flipped on. It was like, oh, like this is what people can do with comics.
Outside of the big 2?
Outside of the big 2, yeah. Because I hadn't read a lot of indie stuff. That was kind of one of my first indie, non-Marvel DC stuff that I read, and it's incredible. I mean, his art, the action.
Can I borrow it?
Like, absolutely.
Okay.
It's just amazing. And then it went on hiatus, and my heart was broken, and it's been, 2 years?
Yeah, no, it's weird, because I remember getting hired on around the same time the first.
Well, yeah, because it was they did that little Skybound X thing, and then
I was just like,
radio silence basically, and so now it's coming back. I don't know how much it's picking up of like where the first series left off.
Yeah, so I mean, they did a preview of it in the air quote facsimile Transformers, so it sounds like it's gonna be flung far into the future.
That's what it seems like. But it just
maybe we'll get an opening cross sequence.
Yeah. Like James Herron is just such I know he's Daniel Warren Johnson's like biggest inspiration in the industry. It's like
you can totally see it. Like it's very like you can see kind of like that similarity. It's really good. Like it's so as a fan of comics and as a fan of like stuff like Ultraman, Godzilla, it's
all of that.
It's all of that. It's kaiju awesomeness. Yeah. So pick that up. That's gonna be dropping November 20th. Do it because it's awesome.
Yeah, and the preview for it in like the Transformers 1 facsimile, like it looks great.
Yeah.
It's very interesting where they're going with it.
I mean, like, if you like comics, then you just need to pick it up.
So, maybe this is spawn more Ultra Mega stories.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spawn, next our final indie book is coming out November 27th, and it's Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn, and it's going to be a one-shot, and it's pretty much going to be finally revealing the origin of Gunslinger Spawn, and like who he is. It's going to take place like in Western
because they've hinted at like his origin story. Like
a lot of the spawns, they just show up.
They show up, but with Gunslinger, they've been hinting like he has some connection with Al Simmons, like like family tree.
He's like great grandfather
or something like that. It was like something tied with like the Simmons family tree,
like on his dad's side.
So if you're a fan of Spawn, and it seems like even if like let's say you like Spawn, or maybe you want to get into Spawn and you haven't like read a bunch before, like it seems like this is going to be pretty easy to just like jump into because it's just going to be his backstory. You know what I mean? And it's if you like westerns, if you like Spawn, I mean November 27th, pick it up or place an order for it right now. You can go right now. But yeah, next that's going to lead us into Marvel. We're going to talk about some Marvel books.
Baby.
It's Marvel.
Our first book that we're going to talk about is actually one of 2 Star Wars books we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rise number 1. God damn it. Jakku. It's going to be releasing October 2nd. And it's going to be the beginning of like the post Return of the Jedi timeline, because after Star Wars 50, I think it is, and Darth Vader 50, they're ending the between Empire and Return of the Jedi, and they're jumping to that, which is like, I think we got a little bit of like the Battle of Jakku in fucking Star Wars Battlefront. I think one of those Battlefront games, like there was a DLC where you could like play through that battle or something. But this is gonna be like the setup for it, and it's gonna be a weekly book. So after October 2nd, every week for 4 weeks, we're going to be getting one of those.
That's really rare for Western Comics to do a weekly release.
It happens. You know, we just had it with Gotham City Sirens, but it's been doing it more and more recently, especially with all the 2099 books.
I think it's easy to do when it's a mini-series, and there might be a thing where the team completes the series, like
has already had it done. It's probably already done right now, or maybe they're doing final touch-ups like on the coloring for the last issue.
And then they can just like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they do that just to keep the keep it running.
A lot of other creators have done that before, where it's like they already have the finished product and everything, and it's just a matter of the company is kind of releasing it.
Yeah, and you know, since we're talking about this, and it's pretty much just like like old remnants of the Imperial. The Imperials are like coming back and like being like, hey, we don't like the Republic, and
that's kind of the thing where it's like with like the sequel trilogy, they kind of never really touched on like how the hell the Empire kind of just came back.
Yeah,
and like they touched on it with Star Wars Resistance.
Yeah, because I don't know how. Like Palpatine's back.
Because that's kind of the thing where it's like they kind of do need to explore it a bit more, other than like, oh, they were just back and now the good guys are the rebels again.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, you know, they're going to explore kind of the stuff like the power vacuum that happened. There's some civil unrest.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to be getting a lot of that, because after that first one ends, there's going to be another weekly starting on the 20th of November, and that's called Star Wars Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege. So the other one is Insurgency Rising. Then about a few weeks after that, Republic Under Siege is starting, and that's just another weekly book that is going to be just continuing the story. It seems like, I don't know why they didn't just do like an 8-issue mini, or instead of 2 4-issue minis. I think it's different writers.
They're kind of making it confusing.
Yeah.
Different writers make sense.
But yeah, so that's also going to come out. But yeah, so that's the Star Wars stuff we're going to be talking about. And then from Star Wars, we're going to move on to The Blade. Blade number 1.
The Blade.
It's going to be a red band book releasing October 9th on my birthday. And and it's going to be a red band book, and it's going to be pretty much just taking place after Blood Hunt and being like, hey, do we Blood Hunt? This is what happened to Blade after Blood Hunt. So, and it's going to be bloody. Hopefully we can get Blade up to fucking at least, 50 issues? Is he even at 50 yet?
I'm trying to think.
I think this is going to be his 50th.
Okay.
They probably purposely did that.
Hopefully. God, poor Blade.
But,
well, it's hard to tell. Because do they count Blood Hunt?
No, because it's not a Blade
book. Right?
It's not.
It's a Marvel Universe book. It's so stupid.
God, I remember like when there's that anniversary for Miles. It was just like over 300.
Oh, you know what? That's probably, I think they're probably at like 45 or whatever.
Okay, yes.
And these 5 are going to fill that void. Yeah. And then when they start a brand new ongoing, they're going to be like $10 50th issue edition.
Probably. That's what they always do.
A bunch of guest artists.
Yeah.
Here's 20 covers.
I'm
calling it now.
The man kind of jump-started Marvel's like foot in with the movie industry.
Yeah.
He needs some respect.
Some motherfuckers always trying to skate uphill.
Alrighty, guys. So October 16th, the prequel to Alien Romulus is coming out. It's just a one-shot comic book. And I don't want to say too much because in case maybe you haven't seen the movie, maybe you haven't seen it yet, 10 hasn't seen it, but it's pretty much going to explore aspects of the movie. The opening of the movie, it's going to take place right after that. It's going to take place and give some context to the rest of the movie.
The writers worked hand in hand with the director.
Yes, they talked.
That's always
fits
good.
into the movie.
That's always good when they add that in.
Like they talked to Fede Alvarez and the other writer for it, and figured out what they pictured happened during these previous events that the movie hints to, but you don't necessarily see. So they really figured out what that story is and are going to kind of adapt those ideas into a comic book. So that's going to be really cool. And October 16th, like we said. But next we got releasing October 18th, Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. So pretty much new Moon Knight book. Mark Spector is back. It's the same creative team from the previous Mark Spector Moon Knight run.
Which
it's
is
Jed McKay and
yeah.
Alessandro Capuccio.
And yeah, they've done work. They've done good work.
Oh,
Very good work.
Jed is basically saving Marvel.
Yeah, he's doing so much. He's doing great stuff.
So much.
Oh, God,
Yeah. But and then the only thing I thought sounded pretty interesting from like the description for it is that it kind of said like the multitudes he contains are about to. It sounds like he's like multiple. His DID stuff
it's
is
almost
like
kind of like
start fracturing. And
kind of like
so there's gonna be multiple Moon Knights.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Kind of like Legion Quest in a bit.
Maybe where it's like his psyche's starting to break. Maybe I think that's maybe what they're hinting towards, but I'm not.
Because I mean they've
a little Spawnish.
Yeah, with
little
that one
Spawnish,
like that one shot that we got in recently where it was medieval Moon Knight. Like I mean Crusader Moon Knight.
Yeah, there's a lot of Moon Knights.
Like so many Moon Knights.
But next one, this is gonna be a quick one. Just there's did any of you guys watch What If season 2? Did you watch What If season 2?
I did.
Oh,
and
shit.
so it's funny that you mentioned it because like the character that we're about to like say, like afterwards I'm like, when did she show up? And it's like, oh no, this is an original character.
Yeah. So What If season 2 introduced an original character named Corti.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're trying to find a new Harley Quinn kind of.
Oh no, she's
not really.
Not in the character wise, as far as like introduce her in a show.
Well, they already have that though.
X-23.
Yeah, with X-23.
That's true.
Yeah.
But pretty much in the show, it was pretty much like from what I remember, it was like in this universe, the space stone, like the fucking cube, like landed on Earth, but it like broke, and like a lot of the energy leaked out, and like the energy that leaked out ended up giving powers to a specific like native tribe.
Yeah, like anybody who fell into this like underground lake, they ended up in this world and also got like superpowers.
Yeah, and she ended up there and got powers, and she pretty much has like reality warping abilities and shit like that. So and it's this book. It's gonna be a one shot. That's like a Marvel Voices thing. And it's gonna be for Native American like Heritage Month.
So we got her, we got Legion, we got Franklin Richards.
Yeah, reality.
What's Charles' other kid?
Oh,
because he kind of has
the other
it too.
One. Yeah, he has the other one. Yeah,
the other one.
The other one. Yeah,
not as cool as Legion because we're not remembering.
I almost said X-Man, but that's X-Men, right?
Yeah, that's a version of Nathan Summers.
So funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that book is going to be called Cohorty, Reshaper of Worlds, and that's coming out November 6th. This next one is also going to be pretty quick. It's going to be a one-shot that is a collection of a few issues of Negasonic Teenage Warhead's webcomic. So it's just Negasonic Teenage Warhead number 1, releasing November 6th. And it's going to be
cover.
Yeah, it's going to be Deadpool's going to be in it, and it's a 3-issue arc that's condensed into one issue. That's like her being hunted by the TVA, and she has to like save the multiverse or something. Yeah. So if you like Negasonic Teenage Warhead and like Deadpool, or read that webcomic and want to like hold it physically, you can pick that guy up.
Yeah.
But on to the next one. So after the ending of fucking Zeb Wells' Amazing Spider-Man run, starting in issue 61.
It's okay.
Somehow it's not over.
It's not over. It's not. He's off of it. Zeb Wells is no longer writing it. It's Joe Kelly. I think is it Joe Kelly?
Baseball player.
Yeah, Joe Kelly is writing this new run. It's 8 issues, and it's okay. So Doctor Doom is a Sorcerer Supreme right now, and the basic setup for this Amazing Spider-Man run is that like, well, Doctor Strange would always like take care of like all of the supernatural threats that were like facing Earth and stuff, and like that kind of like that stuff. Doom's like, I don't want to fucking do that. That's boring. So he's like, yo, Spider-Man, you like helping people, right? I'm gonna give you a new suit and some like powers or something, and you're gonna fight off all the
lives.
You're gonna go and he gives him 8 lives. No, the suit gives him 8 lives, so he can die and come back. Like, you're gonna go fight all the magical stuff for me. Have fun.
Yeah, you're
gonna
fight some crazy shit. You're probably gonna die.
Yeah, but, and he has like a weird silver metal suit that looks
with
like
with a cloak also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's go.
They gave him a cape.
That could be really cool. Or it could be really dog shit.
Yeah, it's on that razor's
really
edge.
Because I know Ed McGuinness is doing the art, which I'm very happy about. But
Scotty Young covers, those are going to be solid. I'm trying to remain positive.
Look, man, You might be a little bit of a Scotty Young.
A little bit, but I
Yeah.
like when it's like this is 8 different ways to kill Spider-Man, where it's not. Just
He's doing like a theme of like
It's each one's him killing off Spider-Man in a different way.
But
I like when it's something like that.
Yeah.
When it's just a standalone, I don't care.
Yeah, like the art's probably gonna be great. I like Joe. I haven't read a lot of Joe Kelly stuff, but I have read his Spider-Man Deadpool run with Ed McGuinness, and I like that. Okay. So that's kind of all I'm basing it off of.
But yeah, it's been a while since we had like a comic book. So this can, definitely, as Young Nate said, it can go either way. Yeah. This can either be the greatest thing ever written, or the oh god, why we are shoving this in the background along with One More Day.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
I like to have maybe hope.
I'm gonna be positive it's probably gonna be way better than what's been going on with Spider.
Yeah.
I'm just so mad that I forgot oh wait, no, I remembered Paul. Fucking Paul. Gonna be better than Paul.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we named the first episode?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
But the next book that book is released November 13th. I don't know if I said that. But next one is gonna be another one of the What If books, the Disney What If books.
Oh, the mini?
Yeah, it's What If Minnie became Captain Marvel, releasing November 20th. Mm-hmm. It's
Did you
based...
sell out of Donald Ducks?
We sold out of the Wolverine ones. We still got some Thor ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this one is pretty much going to be based on the first 4 issues of the original Ms. Marvel run. And it's going to be based off of those. It's going to be doing that. But the thing that I think is kind of cool, the only reason I'm definitely going to flip through this is because Peg-Leg Pete is going to be Scorpion. And Peg-Leg Pete as Scorpion sounds fucking rad. But next book we're going to be talking about
West Coast
Avengers number 1. West Coast Avengers number 1. Starting November 27th. This is going to be a new Iron Man and War Machine put together a new team. It's not a crazy big team or anything. It's going to be, I believe,
kind of like a bits of the original West Coast, Spider-Woman, Firestar.
But there's going to be a fucking Ultron.
Yeah.
Is a part of the team. And it's going to be like him, I don't know what the dealio is exactly, but it's like him trying to gain redemption for all of the years he's fucked with the Avengers, and he's trying to be a good little Ultron. He's trying to be a good guy, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I mean,
so he's basically the cyborg of the team.
Kind of, yeah. He is the cyborg.
But yeah, no, interesting. Fun. Yeah, interesting lineup.
Yeah, but
we'll see. What Ultron does. We've had kind of good Ultrons before. His son, his very religious son from the Runaways.
Yeah, but so that's that, and it's also going to be written by Jerry Duggan. Jerry Duggan.
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, absolutely hype.
Yeah.
His Deadpool run, absolutely amazing. Highly would recommend picking it up.
Yeah, and he's writing that one book, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. Right now is just fucking great.
Yeah, him and Post have been just doing such good work.
Yeah.
This is Ten's seal of approval of if Duggan is writing it,
pick it up.
Pick it up.
Yeah. But
that he got me back into comics in a sense, and it ended up me working here. Because that was one of my first things I picked up. The Hideout. I forgot which issue it was. I think it was issue 5 of the 2012 Deadpool run.
Nice, that's fucking rad. Mm-hmm. But next book is gonna be it's kind of interesting. I didn't know this was happening. So all new Venom number 1 written by Al Ewing. Yeah, it's a new host. We don't know who it is, but he's he's black and gold. So he's all black and he has gold eyes, a gold logo, and gold fucking
it's all new, baby.
It's weird, and it's the logo is super I don't know. It's all new. Yeah, it's a very.
I wonder what Al Ewing's gonna do with it, because he usually writes some pretty trippy stories.
Yeah, so I might, because I'm so it seems so different and weird.
It's a very interesting design. Yeah, they've been really adding in some lore with Venom. I know Black Widow's got
Venom just got crazy.
Yeah, so I'm hoping this would be a good place for people who haven't maybe been reading Venom stuff, if they want to just jump in, because I might. I
like Venom. I like which one? Eddie Brock? Who's Eddie Brock? Those people.
Yeah. But yeah. So next one we're moving on to. This one will go by pretty quick. Laura Kinney Wolverine #1's coming out.
If you're a huge
11th.
X-23 fan.
Yeah. Oh, and also the Venom one's coming out December 4th. But the X-23, it's her Wolverine. She got the suit and everything. She had, which is really cool in the first issue of NYX.
And also, really cool, like, Wolverine costume design really stands out from, Logan's.
I really like it. Yeah. And it's pretty much her fighting against people oppressing mutants. Mm-hmm. Pretty simple. Her just being fucking cool and slicing people up. And
as a Wolverine should.
Exactly.
You know what I really like? A good treasury size.
Oh, a Doom treasury size?
Doom treasury size.
So yeah, we've had so many people coming in. It's like, you got Doom books, and it's like, nah. After like the announcements, we've been picked clean. Like they're hard to.
Not totally true. I snuck some back on the wall.
That's good. Yeah. We also have a bunch of Doom 2099 if you're interested in that. But so this one isn't going to be coming out for a bit. It's coming out in March. It's coming out March 19th. So you got a bit.
And I think it's definitely worth an investment.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit till you can. I think I already placed an order for it. But pretty much, it's going to be collecting the one shot by Hickman and.
Two more
Green.
Stories.
And also, I have the issues here. It's going to be collecting issue 583 of Fantastic Four. I'm not exactly sure the significance of that issue, but I'm assuming it's pretty significant.
It's his first appearance of him doing the dive kick.
Oh my god. And then it's going to be issue 1 of Runaways.
Well, they're both stories that they worked on Doom together before.
That makes sense. I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool. Oh. But yeah, so those are going to be in the Doom Treasury Edition. If you don't know the Treasury Editions, they're pretty much just like really oversized prints.
Yeah, they're like the size of like a decent poster you pick up somewhere.
So like if you really like that art, especially the art in that issue is beautiful, and you want to see it just blown up as big as you can, like definitely invest.
Yeah, it's huge quality pages, and then like the spine on it. It's like you can like open up the book and like you don't get a lot of bleed there, you know. They're my favorite kind of books to drop. So I usually, anytime Marvel drops a Treasury, I need it. Like, I need a Beta Ray Bill one already. Mm-hmm. I talked to Daniel Warren Johnson about that. He was like, they don't want to do it. I was like, why? Yeah, because Beta Ray doesn't have a big, fan base, I guess.
People suck because of that. But anyways, now we're going to that was the end of Marvel. Let's wrap it up Marvel. We're going to move on to DC. First one we talked about a few times already. Absolute Superman #1. That one's coming out November 6th. This is just more of a reminder. If you want to hop on the new Absolute stuff,
pick it up.
It looks really cool.
Issue 1s go fast, so absolutely pick it up.
It's Jason Aaron. Jason Aaron's a shit. Yeah. But after that, that's going to be released November 6th, as I said. Batgirl #1 is also releasing November 6th. That is going to be Cassandra Cain, Batgirl. It's going to be like the first solo book she's had in like 2 decades or something like that.
Ages.
It's been a long time. Yeah. So it's going to be the first issue and I don't know if it's just the first issue, but it's or if it's like throughout the series. She's going to be teaming up with Lady Shiva, which isn't that her mom? Isn't Lady Shiva her mom?
I'm trying to remember.
I think it's her mom, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know much about like Cassandra's like lore, but it's
and then they're kind of describing it as like a martial arts action revenge story.
And I'm excited for that because I do love a good I love Bruce Lee flicks. I love Kill Bill.
It'd be cool if it has that Kill Bill kind of vibe.
If it had like a Kill Bill vibe, I would be
wiggle your big toe.
Tarantino. But releasing November 6th, our next book is going to be JSA #1, written by Jeff Lemire and drawn by Diego Oletegu. I don't know how to say his last name, but very beautiful art. If you like Jeff Lemire, if you like JSA, if you like that guy's art, it's going to be rad. It's going to be bringing back a lot of classic characters. It's going to be Jesse Quick, it's a kind of also like the next generation of a lot of the classic JSA. So Jesse Quick is Flash, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Hourman, Sandman, Wesley Dodds, like go.
Let's go.
And I think I saw
Wildcat
in there
that
too.
Miniseries was leading into this basically, right?
It looked like it. Yeah, it was like because at the end of that series, the JSA show up and are recruiting him. It doesn't look like it's the same exact team, but
no, not a different team, but it's
kind of was hinted
in that world.
Yeah,
there's if you read Wesley Dodds, Sandman. It's perfect bleed over.
If you didn't read that, definitely check it out. That was a really
should be trade soon.
Yeah, it was Riley Rosmo and fucking killed it. It was really good. But next one we'll talk about is Absolute Batman #2. This is another one, just more of a reminder.
The Batman Who Lives.
Batman Who Lives is huge. If you haven't placed orders in for this yet, or let us know you're interested in it, please let us know. It's gonna be selling out crazy fast. I can already tell, and it's gonna be releasing November 11th. So if you're interested, put in your orders now. It's gonna be a great book.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of hate buying too.
Probably.
They're like, I don't like that symbol.
That's
check
the
it out,
usual
though.
thing. Like, new character taking on like an old mantle.
It's still Batman. It's still
like
Bruce.
that's kind of the thing. It's like
he just got no money. And he's
just
huge.
wait a couple issues and then we can hate on it like Paul if it's bad.
Yeah. And then I believe releasing on the same day or a couple days after that, a new Black Lightning series is starting.
And yeah, it's
tight.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's
who's on that one?
I'm not sure who's writing
some
it.
Guy?
Yeah, it's probably some guy. But it's gonna be I guess the Justice League with the whole Justice League Unlimited stuff, which we're gonna be getting to in a minute, are setting up more stuff on the Watchtower and like there's new outreach program the Justice League has that Black Lightning is leading. That's almost like Charles Xavier Mutant-esque, where they're kind of going out to young metahumans and trying to like help them when they don't really know how to use their powers before like they hurt themselves or other people and stuff. So it's kind of about that, and then also I guess his daughter ends up getting involved in something like some nefarious stuff in Metropolis that he needs to go help her with, and there's like a bit of like a kind of like another book I said earlier, kind of like a weird like culture war between like metahumans and humans and stuff starting, and so it's kind of going to deal with that. So it seems very interesting. The art looks really fun. So if you're a fan of Black Lightning, be sure to check that out when it comes out. Another kind of Justice League Unlimited related one, kind of building up to the Justice League Unlimited book we're talking about soon, is The Question, All Along the Watchtower. Yeah, that's going to be releasing November 20th.
I love The Question.
Yeah, it's going to be Renee Montoya's version of The Question, which I really like because I've been wanting to read more about her recently. And it's pretty much the Justice League believe that there is kind of something nefarious and some dark stuff kind of going on underneath the surface at the Watchtower. So they get The Question to kind of like start doing an investigation to figure out what's going on. So it's pretty much a mystery in the Watchtower that The Question's trying to solve. And
who's running art on that one? Some guy?
Some guy. Yeah, a lot of... I
would love a Martin Simmons mystery question.
Dude, even like Martin Simmons and like James Tynion, like doing a black label for a question.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That would be sick. Great. But yeah, so if you like The Question, if you like noirs, because it definitely seems like it's leaning towards like a sci-fi noir, especially because it's going to be on the Watchtower, like basically set in space.
Superheroes in space.
But yeah, so there's that one. The next one, the one I've been mentioning a few times already, Justice League Unlimited, #1, releasing November 27th, written by the GOATs, Mark Waid and Dan Mora.
Yeah,
how unlimited?
It's very unlimited. So big. Unlimited, the unlimited.
Yeah, everybody's here.
It's bottomless?
Bottomless,
it's Justice League Ultimate lineup.
Oh my god.
There's Plastic Man in it?
Yeah. It seems like pretty much like every single, just like in the show, like almost every single DC superhero is going to be like a part of this team. Like it's going to be like, I don't know, every actual one, but like most of the DC superheroes.
It's going to be a reoccurring, a rotating roster.
I mean, that's what it seems like, yeah. And it takes place after the Absolute Power and All-In special. Also, if you're interested in this and all the new DC stuff reading out, don't read the description for this, because it spoiled the end of Absolute Power and All-In for me.
I don't know what's...
Wait, what?
I don't...
Dude, the ending of the Justice League Unlimited bio just straight up spoils the Absolute Power.
Yeah,
I don't know if it happens in the Absolute Power or the All-In special. I'm assuming it's in the All-In special, but do you want me to tell you? But yeah, and then so it's gonna, like I said, Watchtower, huge team, Mark Waid, Dan Mora. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So if you love that original show, if you're reading even like World's Finest right now, if you're just looking for a new good book to start, if you're looking to get more into DC stuff, this is gonna be a great place to jump in. Okay, we're coming down to the last couple here. Some of these are going to go by pretty quick, like this next one. Just another reminder, Absolute Wonder Woman is releasing November 27th.
Absolute wife.
Yes. If you're a fan of Wonder Woman, if you're a fan of witch stuff, hell, if you're a fan of...
muscle mommies.
Yep,
yes.
Muscle mommies.
If you're a fan of badass shit.
I just want her to Princess Carry me.
Definitely pick up Absolute Wonder Woman and then pre-order Absolute Wonder Woman
I want her to pick me up.
Releasing November 27th. Also releasing November 27th, another quick one. Superman 20. This is, I think, the issue after the whole All-In initiative, but it's going to be the return of Doomsday. I guess Doomsday has been fighting his way out of hell. I guess he's been in hell.
That's metal as fuck.
Yeah, he's going to break out of hell and go up against Superman, and at this point in the comic, the newly turned Lois Lane as Superwoman.
That's interesting, because they've played with Lois being Superwoman a couple times. Wasn't there a Rebirth run that was the Superwoman?
I think that might have been, yeah. And then that also was adding in like Superman, All-Star Superman. They did that too. For the day, for her birthday, that was like her gift.
Yeah.
But and then Mora is going to be on the art.
They had a rad kind of like a what if. It was like the dark.
Oh yeah, the dark.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I like that
Yeah,
one because it was just like Eradicator was looking for somebody to give the powers to or whatever, and give it to her, and she just had a vendetta against the whole Justice League.
Yeah, I remember seeing that because they let him.
Yeah, they're like, you seen he was on TV.
Yeah, I remember reading about that one. That was sick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if you like Mora and you want to hop into more Superman stuff, you like Doomsday. I think on issue 19 the new arc is starting, and then you can also probably just jump in on issue 22 if you don't have the chance. But that's releasing November 27th. Next one I'm pretty excited about. Tom King's new Black Canary book, Black Canary Best of the Best. It's Tom King and Ryan Sook. I'm not super familiar with Ryan Sook's work.
His name sounds familiar. I think we've seen it as work before.
Ton of covers.
Yeah, he's.
And the first issue sounds pretty cool. It's gonna another Lady Shiva thing. She's gonna be in a couple books.
More martial arts.
Yeah,
more martial arts.
It's gonna be pretty much the whole issue. Sounds like it's a hand-to-hand fight between Black Canary and Lady Shiva to like determine who the best hand-to-hand fighter in the DC universe is. Like that's like the issue, and it's gonna be. King has been comparing it a little bit to like Woman of Tomorrow in terms of like the tone and like the feelings of it, which makes sense. It's gonna be. I feel like there's a good amount of similarities you can pull between those two characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so that's gonna be really fun. I love Tom King, and I've been wanting to actually get more into like Green Arrow and Black Canary and that whole side of the DC stuff recently. Yeah. So that's kind of perfect timing. That's releasing November 27th. I will read anything Tom King writes. I love that man. But please listen to this.
Calm down.
But and then our last book, it's gonna be leading into Christmassy times. I'm sure we're gonna be talking about more Christmassy books coming up in the next episode.
I love Santa in the DC universe.
Batman Santa Claus. It's the sequel to the one last year. I think it was last year.
Yeah,
I
love that Superman is such a simp for Santa.
Yes. Did you know Santa?
Oh my God,
Bruce, come on, you even Santa knows you.
Yeah.
Put a good word in for me. I've been a good boy.
I think it's the same creative team as last year, if I remember correctly. I
won't be surprised because that seems to be the trend with like the yearly series.
Stuff.
Yeah, the holiday series. Like if you do a good job, you were brought back to like continue it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a one shot or if it's gonna be.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's an ongoing.
I think it might be a mini. I think it's gonna be like a 4 issue.
Yeah.
It probably like last year was like weekly.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. Probably weekly up until Christmas.
Yeah, so if you're hearing this now, be prepared.
We'll probably have a good amount on the show. If it's weekly, you can probably just come in and score it too. If you,
but we usually kind of play it a little safe for the holiday one.
If you're feeling it and you like some Santa Claus stuff, pick it up because Batman and Santa Claus, they're back, baby.
It's a great gift.
Yeah, Silent Night returns. Like
perfect stocking stuffer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Also, yeah, that's a very good. Very good point.
You know, I think you can do it as stocking stuffer or as an advent calendar gift or something like that. Yeah,
just like put it behind the calendar. It's like they open it up. There's nothing in here. Look behind. I
did.
So that one window is all taped up.
Big old in there. Big old tear.
I ate the chocolate that was in here. But check behind the box. Oh shit, there's a comment.
And that guy's releasing November 27th. But that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the end of this episode, or at least the list for now. Young Nate hopped off to go run the store. The store just opened. We've been open for about 20 minutes. I don't know why I mentioned that specifically. But thank you guys.
Yeah, if there's any time travelers listening to this and they're like, when were they open at like such and such time?
Or just random people that found us on the interweb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, we actually have a store.
Yeah, we're a comic book store. We're a comic book hideout in Fullerton. Some pretty cool stuff in California.
You might wander in, walk into us recording. Who knows? Yeah.
And then if you're not from California, you can check us out on Hip Comics.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We have all our single issues uploaded.
And a trade.
Yeah, trades. And we're always putting new stuff in.
Yeah, so if you want to order books from us, Hip Comics, like Funky said, we got plenty of stuff going on. We got cool stuff going here on all the time. If you listen to this whole thing, if you're listening to this right now, if you're hearing the words I'm speaking right now, if they're entering your eardrum, that's crazy.
You get a gold star.
Yeah, you do.
You get 2. You get 3. You get 5 gold stars.
Treat yourself to a cookie.
Yeah. You get a gold star, Mike Cooper. You get a gold star.
Go have a cookie and a Coke.
Isn't Brian Sarno also listening?
Brian Sarno.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah. If you there's one more guy, John Burgess.
Oh
Burgess!
yeah.
If you're listening, dude, you're the shit. You're cool, man. But yeah, everybody's the shit that listens to this.
Yeah,
They're all
listen,
rad.
listen. If there's anybody near you, Burgess, be like, they shouted me out.
Yeah.
I'm the cool kid.
We have some of the best customers, and that's what
it's what keeps us going. Like,
yeah,
it's without them, we wouldn't have a store. Like seriously, like you guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting us.
It's the community.
The community.
Yeah.
But Nate said thanks if you heard him. But anyways. Thank you guys, like Nate said, so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're hopefully going to be posting some more clips on Instagram from stuff like this soon. Batman Day's coming up. It might be like just coming up as this is posted. It might be, I don't know. It'll definitely be before Batman Day. So
yeah, definitely.
September 21st.
Yeah, we're going to have all kinds of activities and stuff.
You know what?
It's Batman Day.
I know people have been asking like, who are you going to dress up? I think I might do Ra's al Ghul. I got a tux and everything.
And you need a tux, and then you need to get like that green, kind of pop collar cape.
That's the thing. I just need to find that pop collar or like green cape.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Whatever you're doing, do something fun. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice few minutes to yourself today, where you can kind of chill and maybe drink some nice cold water. I don't know, man.
And read a comic.
Yeah, some
stay cool.
Lemonade. Some like gazpacho.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Pre-order Power Hour, the Comic Book Hideout podcast, is hosted by Ramon Quesada, Nate Basil, Nathan Smith, and Mark Garcia. It is produced by Glennis Speak and Bryce Rankins. This episode was edited by Ramon Quesada. Logo designed by Nate Basil. Find us on Instagram at Comic Book Hideout. The opinions voiced by the host of this podcast do not necessarily reflect that of Comic Book Hideout Incorporated. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.